Jacob Zuma. We have never met with Zuma except in the DC through Tony Yenge since the election. So we don't know what he stands for. Through his appointment, EFF and the Zuma party rejected the GNU. And when we agreed on the statement of intent, they did not agree to that. So what should we do? We wait for them and their perspective, we incorporate them and all of that. That's not how it should be, okay? The EFF said they want to remove the ANC surgically out of power. And they will work with the DA and the Freedom Front Plus and everybody else to remove the ANC. Julius Malema, the president of the EFF, aka CIC, is the first to talk about the GNU. Malema said, we want the GNU in South Africa to remove the ANC. Be careful about what we wish for. We have a GNU with the ANC as a leader, not ANC removed. He was advocating for a GNU with everybody, long before we even entered the election. You can go to the records, he's there saying that. He's there saying that. Exactly what I'm saying. So today he says in his rally, ANC is a sellout. Now, when they give him this nickname, that is a flip-flopper, it is exactly around issues like that. It's not consistent. He said South Africa needs a GNU, but a GNU to remove the ANC. Didn't happen. There is a GNU in this country with the ANC in the driving seat. Deputy President of EFF, Floyd Shivambu, says the ANC is a dying party. I see even Helen Zille shares the perspective. We are a dying party. Helen Zille says that, but not exactly verbatim like Floyd. Floyd says, you are better off to die in our hands than to die with others. So we then said, okay, if you say that, then here is our perspective. Come to the GNU. He said, no. It must be our marriage. So we opposed the marriage and we went for a government of national unity. Not exactly 1994, which was in the transitional constitution. This one is not. You are there willingly participating and signing the statement of intent. Even if you leave tomorrow, the government of national unity will simply shift from maybe a GNU and with characteristics of supply and confidence, and change into a minority government. That's what will happen. But government won't collapse. This is not like local government. Remember, all political parties in Floyd's wish coming together to surgically remove the ANC. They cannot. With our 40%. It's not possible. So we are not negotiating with people with a cap in the hand. That's Siyancenga. No Zila Zimnengi. If she wants to leave the GNU, she can leave. But we invited everybody to work together. And they have agreed, and we are working together. So let's not go up and down and fool South Africans about things that are non-existent. The fact of the matter is that nobody got outright majority. The people said, go sit down and form government. We have done that. So why should we argue about that? Let's work for the people. But it doesn't mean that you suppress your political identity and what you actually represent. Jacob Zuma. We have never met with Zuma except in the DC through Tony Yenge since the election. So we don't know what he stands for. Through his appointed representatives. He opposed the elections. He was defeated in the Constitutional Court. He was not there in the first sitting of Parliament. Now, you say we must work with Zuma. What does Zuma stand for? When he gets into government, he replaced even people who were, when he gets into the legislature, he even replaced people who worked for the party, the Zuma party, like Kumalo. Replace them with Klopp. People who never did the door-to-door. He went. So it's a coming together of friends of Zuma. You know that organization that was called Friends of Jacob Zuma. This so-called MK party is Friends of Jacob Zuma. He went and fetched his friend Hlophe, made him a leader there in parliament. He made a ridiculous individual demands. The man is out of depth. He says that we stopped oil supply in South Africa and that the oil from Iran is cheap. Mondly finish him with one sentence. Judge, where did you get what you are talking about? You know, as a judge, it is wrong to verbose fabrication. Now that you are not in the bench, it doesn't give you license in the legislature to say things that are unresearched and unprocessed. The first person who stopped supply and exchange of oil trade between South Africa and Iran was Jacob Zuma's administration and Zuma as a leader. But they wanted to snipe at Cyril, that is anti-East and is pro-West. The tired verbosity that they spew all the time about our president, which I think it's a fabrication that has worn out, and the South Africans will see for what it is. So, when you say we must work with Zuma, what do you mean? We don't know what Zuma wants. He said he wants to rescue the ANC. He has not come to the ANC and tell us, now I've got this percentage, how do I want to rescue with this percentage? He has never written to the ANC and said, Bendingani wisi, here are my demands. He has not done that. If you know Nislevele, we don't know. He said he's rescuing the ANC and he's fighting for his membership of the ANC. And then he said the ANC, overnight, the ANC in his head changed and became a property of Ramaphosa. The ANC is not Ramaphosa's ANC. When he was a leader of the ANC with all the challenges that he faced, ANC never changed to become Zuma's ANC. ANC never changed to become Beki's ANC. ANC never changed to become Mandela's ANC. ANC rather was led by Mandela, by Mbeki, by Zuma, by Ramaphosa today. That's what the ANC is. ANC will never change. Leadership change, but ANC never change. Leadership come and go, but the ANC stays. And each leader have got his own contribution. We can analyze what Mandela did, what happened during his era, what happened during Mbeki, what he did, and what happened during his era, and all of that. But the African National Congress have never ceased to be what it is. A liberation movement for the liberation of Africans in particular and black people in general. That's what the ANC has always been, and it will always be. And then
that was Honorable Fikile Mbalula, the Secretary General of the African National Congress, unpacking everything that is circulating in a political space here in South Africa, facing the ANC and the country. Please like, subscribe.